guys. I am very much new here. Let me just fix up my hair. I don't even know which way it should be going. I'm not like the best with hair and that kind of thing. Let me just. I don't even know what to do with my hair. I don't know which way to comb it. I don't know which way it should go. I think. I think it should go more this way. Uncertain. Ugh, whatever. I don't even care. Ugh, I don't know which way my hair must go. I think this way or that way. Whatever works best. Um, I am fairly new on here. Actually, very, very, very new. Yeah, I'm gonna put on my specs because I cannot see without them. So I basically don't know what's going on around me if I don't have them on. Yeah, my hair doesn't look right, but I don't care. Yeah. Anyway, I wish I could just brush it, comb it all to the back because it is hot. It is quite hot. Yeah, let me comb it to the back. Yeah, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hi. So I'm Jody. And I'm 30 years old. I am I am a wife. I have two kids. Okay. So the reason why I'm basically on here is because um at the moment I don't have anything better to do. Let's just say that. Yeah, I don't have anything better to do. I've actually been at home for about um 2 months now, I think. Since in yes. Yeah, just a little over 2 months now, actually. And I've just been job hunting lately. And I've just been looking for jobs, and I haven't been able to find anything. And I've been thinking, what can I do to just make some money to support my family, of course. One income is not enough to support a family. Yeah. And yeah, just, and I completed my studies. It was about in 2024. Yeah, about April, beginning April. So I just started getting. I studied HR, and I just started. I graduated this year, actually. Yeah, June. I graduated this year, June. Um, and but like meanwhile, I was looking for jobs and just like doing what I need to do because I mean money doesn't fall from trees, like we know. So I ended up looking for jobs. I found a job that didn't work out so well because it was at a startup company, and yeah, things just didn't go so well there. And I ended up leaving there, and then I was at home for a few months again, 2, 3 months, and I found something again, which was also just temporary. And yeah, I did HR administration. Yeah, I mean, I'm entry level anyway, so in HR, so it would just be obvious that I would probably just get an entry job. So, yeah, I started there in May and I finished there end of September, 24th of September, yeah, around there. And ever since, I've been looking and looking and looking, and I haven't been able to find something. And I've been trying to just figure out what to do because I'm not good at makeup. I'm not good at like doing it. I'm not good at makeup look. I mean, there's barely makeup on my face. Um, I'm not a supermodel, as you can see. I can't exactly do hair for a business. I did do my own, but like, I mean, it's definitely not something I can pursue. um, or do nails or something like that. It's not something that I'm, you know, not that I'm not into it. You won't see my ring because you can see the mark. Oh, I was busy kneading, so I actually just took it off. Yeah, wow, I was kneading. Yeah. Um, and I have just been at home and I've been thinking, what can I do? What can I do? And I thought to myself, let me make a video or just stream and see if I can get any attention. I mean, I think people make livings off of YouTube and that kind of thing. So I thought I can't do hair, I can't do nails, I can't entertain you. Basically, I do know how to cook, however, and I love cooking. Um, I just never really thought of sharing that with anybody, you know? Yeah, in for Afrikaanse viewers, if there will be any, ja, ek praat wel ook Afrikaans en yeah, I will interact however I can, basically. Um, wat ek wel kan goed doen is bubble. I can do that very well. I can banter, basically, yeah. So I can bubble, I can praat, I can tell stories and that kind of thing. I have been, what can I, it's like, where do I even start? My usual is cleaning, laundry, doing, whatever I need to be doing at home, cleaning, whatever. And then I also very much love to help my daughter with schoolwork. I have a 10-year-old that's currently in grade four, and the other one is actually going to school next year. So she's already enrolled. She's going to grade one next year. So I'll probably have my hands more full next year because, oh my word, schoolwork is not for the weak, especially schoolwork with younger kids. It's not for the weak. Man, it's not for the weak. I have been going out of my mind since grade one. Yeah. And the thing was this, I actually I went through quite a bit because my daughter is, yes, like any other normal kid, but also not like any other normal kid because she she has been diagnosed with ADHD, and it was quite the journey. Honestly, it was quite the journey. It was very difficult when she was younger. When we started school, I had no idea that she had ADHD, and it was really just hard to do schoolwork with her, to study with her. It was hard. It was horrible in actual fact because 90% of the time she will cry because she doesn't want to. She would say she doesn't like reading. She will cry. It was just horrible. Yeah, it was a struggle. Let's just say that. But that's when I picked up, obviously, that it was more difficult to do just normal, like, scholar engagement with her, just doing normal basic things, man, that kids that was her age, like when you're 1 years old, you are curious, you want to do schoolwork. Well, I don't know, maybe not all kids, but I mean, some kids are interested in getting their schoolwork done. They're excited, especially if you make it exciting for them. And she just wouldn't do it. She would cry. She can't sit still on a chair. She will fiddle. She will move the chair back and forth. She will keep touching stuff. She's very distracted. And then I try to, like any other parent that will try and just help their child on their own, with basic act, like I set up a chart so that we can see if she can, because the one thing I also noted, I don't even know, I should probably start from the beginning. And the beginning, we first thought that she couldn't hear. This is one thing that I picked up myself. I thought that she couldn't hear. And then because she wouldn't react, if you call her, if you talk to her, she wouldn't react. She just did whatever she was doing. And then other people started noticing it too. The teacher started noticing it as well and called me in to school. And then that's where we found that's when we first did the ear test. And then turns out nothing was wrong with her hearing. Girl could hear perfectly fine. And that's when we basically started doing other stuff. Had her evaluated. Look here, I'm not much money in the bank, so I don't have money. I don't have medical aid and resources like that. So obviously, I had to go through public um, clinic. And when they what do you like, I had a consultation with her when they did like a check. I don't know what you call it. It's almost like a um I don't know what you call it anymore. I can't remember. But then they said no, she's normal. It's nothing they can see. It's, well, obviously she was not seen by a doctor at the time. She was seen by just a normal PNP. I think it's a PNP. I think you call it a PNP. Anyway, so I left it there. We even did occupational. Um, no, no, no. What is it called? She did. She did speech therapy. Nothing wrong with the speech. They cleared that up as well. So now those two ear test, speech, all of that was taken out. And then I still, after seeing a clinical nurse, nothing. They said no, but she's like any other kid. Then I'm getting hot. That's why I'm doing this. Then quite some time after that, well, I started actually now paying attention to what my child was doing daily. I was doing the most with her every single day. So I was more attentive. I went through her schoolwork thoroughly with her because, I mean, after the first term, my daughter got only threes in a report. I mean, like everything was threes. This is in grade one. And now I went into a panic because, okay, now we can see what is a learning, you know, abilities. And then I kind of took it upon myself to sit with her every single day after school. And I then started getting her on a level where she was basically in a peers group. Well, you know, with them. Because the thing is, my daughter is not, she doesn't struggle academically. So she doesn't need academic support because she doesn't not get things quick. She understands, she catches on things quite quick. I think in that we very similar. Well, in many ways, if you met my daughter, she's very much like her mom. Yeah, she's very much like me. That's one thing for sure, and that's why we bump heads a lot. But anyway, so um yeah, after that I started taking it upon myself to make sure that she reports are good, by making sure that she actively knows what's happening in class, actively knows the schoolwork. So but it was hard because this is without medication or any like professional help. So I was doing this by myself. And then I would reward her. I would make a chart and reward her if she gets anything right, like does clean a room or pick up all of the things that I asked her to pick up in a room, or make a bed, brush her teeth, put on her shoes. I was rewarding her for all of these little tasks that she was doing. Yeah. And we would I got them stickers to paste on the chart whenever they do good. Yeah. Or do all of the tasks, just to make sure that they can see that they completed all of the tasks. They will get a star, uh, or a right mark or smiley face, or whatever the case may be. Yes, this video is becoming quite long. Hey, quite long. um yeah. And then the next year came, grade two. Same thing, teacher called me in, but her marks was up. So it was really not that I was too concerned that she might fail or anything like that. Her marks is not below average. It's not the base marks, but it's not below average. So it was like, it was okay. I knew my child was pushing through because I made sure she was pushing through. Grade two, teacher called me in as well. Also picked up that Joanna's a dreamer and that she's not interacting in class really. Yeah. And then so now I'm aware of all of this stuff. I'm aware my child is a certain way, but at this point I was just trying to get natural remedies to see if she will, be okay, or can cope with the natural remedies like biostress and that kind of thing. And I don't think it was working. But anyway, as always, I was putting in the work to make sure she gets through grade two. Great, and but it was hard, guys. It was tough. It was crying days. It was, she didn't want to read. She didn't want to do schoolwork. She hates it. Literally hates schoolwork. Absolutely hates it. And I obviously now have done research to find out, because I know my daughter cannot complete tasks. She cannot. But the thing was always, I don't have the funds to get her like actual real medical help. I never had the funds. And the clinic, the public thing is a long story, and they said that there was nothing wrong with her. So what do I do now? Okay. So the teacher said that she's not a disturbance in class or whatever, but she's just not with the class. She's a dreamer. So and they showed me all of her work, how she skips throughout work. And the one thing that really just stood out was that she's able to always, she knows her work, but she will fill out one or two of those questions, and then move on to the next, and then do the same day. So she left open a lot of gaps, but clearly indicating that she does know the work, but she's just not, she doesn't have, I almost want to say, the brain capacity to, not the brain capacity, the focus to complete one thing. And she's always struggled with that. And then grade two passed. Grade three is where I actually just made some real effort to gather money to get her to an actual pediatrician, to get a consultation done, to have her evaluated, and yeah, so that I can at least get a script, so that I can go to the public. No, and I went to a school as well, and I had some meetings, because now by this time I was already well aware of my child's conditions. I already had I even had two meetings with the principal. I think three meetings with the principal, to be honest, with the teacher, with everybody. Yeah. So at this point, I was well aware that she was struggling, and that there was, and I was willing to make effort, but I also wanted the school's help. I wanted them to also, if they could, assist me with her, because I'm not in a financial position to really assist her. And I wanted to know, is there a way that I can get assistance through the school? um I, in a way, figured out a way to get in some money, because before that, when she was in grade one and two, I was still a student. I wasn't working. Yeah, and eventually grade three, I made a way because last year I was I started working after stopped studying. Yeah, and then I managed to make some money, and I managed to, because I started studying in 2020. Just in case you were wondering, so I was working. I only stopped studying 2024, so I started working in June 2024. Yes. So I was able to manage to make some money and get her to a pediatrician, get her diagnosed, get a evaluation done, a proper evaluation. The pediatrician even went to a school and yeah, sat during her class to just evaluate her and to observe her interacting with students, with the, yeah, with the class and with the teacher, and just how she does whatever she does in class. And they picked up that a pediatrician told me she went more than once to the class. She said this was after a one-on-one evaluation. Yeah, then she confirmed that basically my daughter's attention span was max 30 minutes, she said, or 40 minutes. And after that, Tiana is in her own world. My daughter's name is Tiana. Yeah, I wish I can show you guys. And I wish I will one of these days. I'll show you. She's such a beautiful girl. Yeah, along with my other daughter. That one is the sassy one. She's the sassy one. She's the model here in the house, the stylist, the makeup artist, the heels girl here in my house. Yeah. Anyway, um, so we got a prescription, we got a letter written, all of that to take to the public um clinic to get her on the list of kids being seen by a pediatrician. And then we got her on the list to see a pediatrician in the government, and got to get her medication through the government so that I don't have to pay for medication, because we ended up putting on medication for our own good. Because we tried, doing it on our own, but at the end of the day, we couldn't do it on our own because it's not minor. Uh, um, disorder is not minor. It's not light. It's not. I don't even know how to put it in words. It's not. See, uh, see, ligtelikkie. Sy het dit bietjie meer severe. Let's just say that she has it severely. So attention span is 110 things going on in her brain, and that's why she's unable to hear you speaking to her when you do speak to her, if she's not on the medication, or even to complete the task. Or I can literally, I'm telling you now, I can tell Tiana right now, Tiana, can you please pick that up, and then I'll move on, and then I will come back and will still be there. But she said yes, mommy, and she didn't pick it up. She didn't, it didn't register to her what I said, because there's too many boxes in her mind and too many things going on at the same time. She's unable to concentrate on one thing at a time. I'm sure many people know what ADHD is. Yeah, so I don't think I even have to explain it. But that was just my story about my daughter and some things that I had to go through with her. Um, yeah, it's intense. It's a daily struggle still, and it's something that sometimes doesn't get easier, which we deal with anyway. We do what we have to do, and it's exams. This was our first. She's in grade four now. She's This was her first proper exam. Now the fourth term, she's writing a second. She wrote the second last subject today. She's writing a last subject tomorrow, and then we are done with grade four. And yeah, I know she's gonna pass, and I know that, yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, of course, with all the help. But yeah, it's not easy. Let me tell you that it's not easy. It was a hard year. It was a hard year. I just cannot wait to just relax and breathe after tomorrow. So yeah, she's also quite excited to um relax. Yeah, because we've been working up towards it's just one more day and then you're gonna be able to have your phone, you're gonna be able to just do whatever you want. Yeah, you guys know what, I cut my hair myself and I don't know what I did. I tried to cut my own hair, I tried to make a, what do you call it, to do layers. I definitely sucked. I didn't cut this front part, I didn't cut this myself, but I did before. I also did that before. But yeah, I'm not big on change, but I tried to cut my own hair. I don't think it was successful. I tried to do layers and I just made like two separate buns and then I tried to cut it. But anyway, I think that's it for today. I hope to start a journey on here. I have many more stories to tell. I have many more experiences to share. And yeah, that's it for today. See you guys. I also need to see how to end this video and what to do with it. So give me some time. I will figure it out.